Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, March 15th. Welcome to J is for Justice. My name is Jay. I am your host, and welcome to my channel. Every Monday and Friday, we are live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for joining today. We have quite a few things we're going to go over. We're going to be talking about Riley Strain. We're going to be talking about Madeline Soto a little bit. I've got a new video of Jen Soto and Stephan. We're also going to be going over a little bit of Scott Peterson's hearing and his ponytail. And then we're going to watch the hearing of Harmony Montgomery's mother that took place and ultimately is going to declare Harmony Montgomery deceased. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, moderators. Myron, I want to thank you personally for the gifts. I got this awesome t-shirt that says, Snip Tip Hooray. It's a spay neuter day. I love it. The yellow tie-dye with all of the sponsors. I love this shirt. And I have my blessed dream catcher behind me. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's on the bookshelf. And we also have some blessed dream catchers that are homemade that are going to go on the Wheel of Friday. So thank you so much, Myron. The dogs and kitties love their gifts. So generous. Thank you. Shane Culkin, it is so good to see you. I have missed you, my Shane. Hope you are doing well. Let us know how you are. Danielle, thank you so much for your super sticker. You want me to show you the dream catcher? All right, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. Meg P. Welcome all the new members. Oh, I got the piggy. I got Piglet. So I got. Thank you for all the new memberships, Meg. Welcome, guys. Meg coming in hot like a fajita. Thank you so much.
Coming in hot, just like the fajita.
All right, hold up. Let me show you guys. This is so beautiful. And it smells so good. Look how cute. Look how cute. So we have that. Let me hang it here for now. I want to put everything you guys behind me. And then Pigwit. I got a little Pigwit. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, Shane. Thank you so much, Myron. They are so special. So special. You guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing. I know. Cole Klingon became a member. Thank you for being here, Cole. Oh, don't forget to put up your subscriber count. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm having some issues with our vehicle, so I got to put you on hold for 1 second.
So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar? So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar? So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar? So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar?
Okay, sorry about that. When it rains, it pours, guys. What can I say? So anyways, I want to thank you so much, Myron, for those gifts. Those are amazing. I can't wait to give them away on the Wheel of Friday. I know that whoever gets them is going to be so blessed to have them. Thank you, Myron. Myron coming in hot.
Coming in hot, coming in hot.
Just like the beat.
fajita.
And also Shell. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Okay, so yeah, I was actually muted. Our car broke down, so we're dealing with a tow right now. So I'm actually in and out, but I will get through this live. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Harmony Montgomery. And we're going to play this hearing where Harmony's mom had to go to court to get her pronounced deceased. I don't know how else to say it. It's awful. It's sad. But I want to see Harmony through to the very end because it's important. It's very important. So thank you guys for your support. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. But here is the video of Crystal, Harmony's mom, at the hearing there in New Hampshire. And Shane Culkin is also
Coming in hot, coming in hot.
just like the beat.
fajita.
Thank you, Shaney. The Shanester. Thank you so much. Welcome, Holly. Mimsy, you're a member again. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start the video. Let's get into today's live. Welcome, guys. This is where we take our time. It's Friday. We're catching up on the things we missed during the James Crumbly trial. So here we go.
Good morning. You're here in case number 316-2024, ET-225, the estate of Harmony Montgomery. I'm Judge Kissinger. We're here in the Ninth Circuit Probate Division in Nashville. And we're here on a petition for administration of an estate of a person presumed dead pursuant to RSA 55318 and 55319. And we are here on that petition submitted by the mother of Harmony Montgomery, Crystal Sorey. We also have via WebEx from the New Hampshire Department of Corrections in Concord to allow for attendance of the father, Adam Montgomery. This is an intestate estate, so service was made on both mother and father, and by publication. So I'm going to start by asking just the parties in the courtroom to identify themselves to the record, starting right here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sheila Caulfield, I'm counsel for Crystal Sorey, who's with me today.
State your name, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Crystal Sorey.
All right, and on the WebEx, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
And is Mr. Montgomery attending?
No, ma'am. My name is Corporal Winkowski on behalf of New Hampshire State Prison for Men. He did refuse. There will be a written memo that goes to the major and then to the commissioner.
And sir,
What
can
a
you spell your
coward.
last name
He
for me?
refused.
Wienckkoski.
Wienckkoski? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You may be
Thank you.
excused if you want to.
Thank
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so we're going to proceed then with the petition. We now know Mr. Montgomery won't be attending. So Attorney Caulfield, it's your burden. And it's your burden to demonstrate that by clear and convincing evidence that Harmony Montgomery is presumed to have been killed as a result of some catastrophic event, and her body has not or could not be recovered.
Thank you, Your
So
Honor.
you want to proceed by offers of proof?
Certainly.
All right, so who are you going to be making an offer on behalf of?
I'm going to be making an offer on behalf of Ms. Sorey.
All right, Ms. Sorey, I'm going to need to put you under oath. So we're going to proceed on offers of proof. And what this is your attorney will be making an offer on your behalf in order to satisfy the elements of the statute. If she says anything that's incorrect, you have a duty to correct the record. I may have a few questions for you, and we'll proceed from there. Okay? So please raise your right hand. Do you swear any testimony you give in this proceedings the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead, Attorney Kaufman.
Thank you, Your Honor. As a housekeeping measure, I do have a copy of the return of service if the court would like to see a copy, and I have the tear sheets from the paper.
Okay, I'll take the copies, and we can do the tear sheets so we can stamp them in. Okay, thank you, Attorney Kaufman. Go ahead.
As for the evidence that Harmony is in fact deceased, Your Honor, I would request that the court take judicial notice of the fact that Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, was recently convicted of murdering Harmony. And more importantly, within that process, Adam confessed to a lesser charge of purposely and unlawfully removing, concealing, and destroying her corpse. In addition to being convicted of her murder, Adam was also convicted on that lesser charge of mishandling her body. Further, Kayla Montgomery, who was a key witness in that trial, also testified to handling Harmony's dead body. These acknowledgments by the two people who were last known to have physical custody and care of her should serve as sufficient evidence for the court to accept the presumption that she is in fact deceased. Further, no one has seen this child since December of 2019, when it is believed that Adam murdered her. That's over 3 years ago that she has not been seen by anyone. With respect to appointing Crystal the administrator, she is the child's mother and next of kin. She has priority under RSA 553-2 as her next of kin to administer her estate. And further, under RSA 561-1, she is a beneficiary of that estate. So she is she has a substantial interest in properly managing the estate and protecting it, and is in the best position to do so. Therefore, we request that her petition be granted and that she be appointed accordingly. No one else has filed a petition, so she is the only petition that is currently pending before the court.
All right. I am going to require you to give me an authenticated copy of the jury verdict from the Superior Court. And there's a lot of hearsay involved here.
Certainly.
And so we're going to need that I'm going to need that within, say, 5 days. And I'll make my final order after that. I do have some questions concerning moving forward. Again, the issue is whether you satisfy burden under by clear and convincing evidence. The other piece of this petition for state administration is whether Crystal Sterns is the appropriate administrator. And that includes submission of a bond, that includes moving forward under Administrative Order 7 and Rule 101 of the probate rules, and we'll get into that in a moment. So with respect to the bond, you filed for an expedited hearing because the intent was to file wrongful death actions, is that right?
That's my understanding, yes. I'm not handling that case, however, that is my understanding from the attorneys that are.
Okay, and that's the attorney, and what's the name of the attorney?
Attorney Russ Riley.
And are those in Massachusetts, New Hampshire? What is I couldn't tell from your petition.
I believe New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire?
Yes.
And it's a wrongful death action, right?
Yes.
Or it's anticipated, I mean, that's...
It will be, yes.
All right. Okay. So, a couple things, Ms. Sori. If I appoint you as administrator, you're going to have duties to the court, and I need to make sure that you're the appropriate person who can fulfill those duties.
Yes.
These include providing a bond. So, has there been any offer, is there any indication of the amount that you expect to recover or hope to recover in your action, or you haven't gotten that far?
I don't believe we've gotten that far.
Oh.
I don't, there's not a set amount yet, I don't believe. Russ hasn't spoken one.
Okay, all right, so I'm considering then setting, this is not, I've worked on other cases involving wrongful death actions of this nature. numbers can be all over the place. However, at least to start, I'm going to ask for a $10,000 corporate surety bond. Are you able to post that? You have to go to an insurance company, get the corporate surety bond.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, so before the administration will be effective, it's a $10,000 corporate surety bond.
Okay.
The other issue is because this estate is essentially being opened to pursue a wrongful death action, I'm assuming Harmony had no assets.
No.
That because it's to pursue a wrongful death action, it would be subject to the requirements of Rule 101, under the probate court rules and rules administrative order 7. So I'm going to require status reports as to the status of the wrongful death action. The first one will be due in 6 months. Okay? And I'll
Yes.
put the dates that will be due in the final order.
Okay.
One last issue with respect to a wrongful death action. If it goes to trial and there's a verdict and a judgment, or if there's a settlement, you have duties to the estate, but also to the court. And under Circuit Court Rule 88, I review in every case, in every estate case, all attorney's fees.
Okay.
So there may be a settlement, for example, it's an ongoing issue in many cases. There may be a settlement in either Massachusetts or even if it's in Massachusetts or New Hampshire. The gross amount, meaning the total amount before payment of attorney's fees, needs to be deposited in the estate account. Then you report that to the court, and your attorneys submit their fee, their billing statements.
Okay.
And you are not to release those billings, or what they're going to take as a fee, until it's approved by the probate court.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And so what that means is the entire amount will come into Harmony's estate account, the estate of Harmony Montgomery account.
Yeah.
Then the attorneys will file a motion for fees, and then the court will approve them or not.
Okay.
And so that's subject to not only our statutes, but also the common law. And even if there's a contingency fee and the Superior Court signs off on the contingency fee, under not only our statutes, 55614, but also Cody versus Martell, 103 NH 110, the court needs to review those fees. And the
Okay.
expenses charged by attorneys. And that's just an additional duty if I were to appoint you as Harmony's administrator.
Okay.
So Attorney Caulfield, do you expect to be assisting with the state administration through the final closure, or what is the
I plan to be counsel through the closure of the estate, yes.
Okay, all right. All right, anything further then?
Nothing further.
I'm going to go ahead and condition on receipt of the authenticated copy of the jury verdict. I'll proceed with issuing orders as soon as I possibly can, and again, it's been conditioned on the bond, and also a submission of the bond, and also on submission of the authenticated packet. Okay? All right, thank you. I wish
Thank
you all
you.
the best, ma'am. Thank you, Casey. See you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's BS that she has to pay anything. So I don't know. Jess, you may know more about this than I do. Is she have a certain amount of time she has to pay this 10 grand by to get this to go through? That's what I didn't understand. But yeah, I was reading what you guys were saying, and she can sue the state for what they put her and Harmony through, all that. The judge that gave Harmony to Adam is retired. He is no longer on the bench. He is retired. So our next story, we're going to, and we stand with Crystal on this fight for harmony, just so everybody's clear. We stand with Crystal. Crystal is paying for all of her mistakes. I firmly believe she doesn't need any more hate. But I wanted to show you guys a clip of Scott Peterson's hearing. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But I wanted you guys to get a little glimpse, if you missed it, of what he's looking like now. And the LA Innocence Project lawyer that has requested all the discovery in his case. She wants everything. They want to test this mattress with blood on it from a burned out van and all this stuff. So I want to show you Scott Peterson is sporting a ponytail, y'all. And I was shocked. He looks like an Eduardo. Let's watch.
Let's go ahead and ask to unmute for that.
He looks like he's had his face stretched back. Like, what is that? Yikes. Thanks, Jess.
Still muted.
Yeah, Gina Ponytail Peterson.
All right, Mr. Peterson, we're contemplating an April 16th hearing on the motion to seal the pleadings or parts of the pleadings in this matter. Are you going to want to appear via Zoom or in person for that?
Zoom is fine, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Then, for hearing dates on the DNA motion and the 1054.9, what's the party's preference in terms of hearing those together or separately?
Your Honor, we would prefer to have the DNA issue resolved as soon as possible so that if there is going to be testing ordered, we can get that started.
Okay, people. Okay, that's fine. So if the briefing on the DNA motion is going to be completed by May 6th, then, and if I need a couple of weeks to read the pleadings, then we're looking at the last week of May. So any preference by counsel during the week of May 27th for the hearing on the DNA motion, and what is the time estimated necessary for that argument?
We can be available May 28th, Tuesday, May 28th.
Okay.
That is the day after Memorial Day, so I don't know if that's going to cause travel problems or any issues for the court's calendar.
I don't have any plans on Memorial Day, but if counsel do and they would prefer to go to the 29th or sometime later in the week, that's fine.
29th is fine.
Okay. And do we think it'll be anything more than a full day?
Don't think it should be more than a full day.
Ms. Mitchell?
Having not seen their opposition, I can't say, but I would hope not more than a day.
Okay, we'll block off a full day for it, so, and it may not take that long, but we'll be prepared if it does. May 29th at 9 a.m. for the DNA testing motion. Then the
2-hour lunch.
10:50. Oh, and so in terms of the DNA testing motion, Ms. Mitchell, do you know if Mr. Peterson has a preference in terms of Zoom or personal appearance?
I believe his preference is Zoom.
Is that correct, Mr. Peterson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that'll be via Zoom. Okay, and then we'll need to schedule the 1054.9 hearing. If the briefing is going to close on that on June 3rd, then we will need, if the court needs, that is going to run into some travel plans that I have, and I'm going to need to step off the bench briefly to confirm exactly when I'm returning because it's an extensive absence in June. So let me step off the bench briefly, consult my calendar, and let you know after essentially when I'm going to be returning and when I will be available for that, and then we'll discuss dates. So we'll take a brief recess.
And here is Scott. Here he is. I wanted you guys to be able to see him. Diana HB, you just got your spot on that wheel, baby. Thank you, honey, for your super sticker. Thank you. You guys are amazing. He don't look good at all. He looks like he's had his face pulled back. Maybe he's got that ponytail too tight. It looks like cosmetic surgery, doesn't it? It's bizarro. And I don't think for a minute that van has anything to do with Lacey. I'll be shocked if it has anything to do with Lacey. Let's do a poll. Do you guys think that van... We're not going to do any in-betweens. We're doing yes and no. Do you think the burned out van has anything to do with Lacey? I mean, it's a good stretch. It's a good, idea. But I don't know. Yeah, he looks terrible. You think he looks like his mom? He looks a lot like his dad, too, though. His dad's a little creep town, dude. I'm not going to lie. I've always got kind of creep town vibes from Lee.
Creep town, dude.
So, in terms of the court's availability for the 1054.9 motion, I'm going to have to go until after July 1st. Counsel, I'm looking at sometime during, if I'm going to be reading the pleadings after I return, I'm going to be looking at sometime during the week of July 15th.
We can be available July 15th.
Okay. Okay. July 15th, 9 o'clock. And in terms of your client's appearance preference, Ms. Mitchell, also Zoom or in person for that one?
I believe so.
Okay. Mr. Peterson, is that correct? Still muted.
He has no idea about this technology. Look at his ass. He creeps me out now. Yes, Shane. I'm glad you said it, Shane. Shane. Oh my God.
Okay, thank you. Last housekeeping matter, the court did to the court's department email receive an ex parte communication from apparently some kind of a spectator. I read about one sentence of it, enough to realize it was an ex parte communication. Did not read any further, and counsel have been provided, as I understand from the clerk, copies of that email. Did both counsel receive it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the court is not going to be reviewing any incoming email to that inbox in the future to avoid that issue recurring in the future. So people shouldn't bother to email. Okay, is there anything else either counsel needs to take up for today's date before we recess?
I have one question, Your Honor.
Yes,
We
Ms.
have
Richards.
received a number of inquiries from members of the press and the media asking for copies of the motions we filed. We have not provided anything.
Fucking fuzzy slippers and lip gloss.
Apparently, they are not on the court's website, and
So they're just asking about documents and putting these documents up, but there is a gag order in his case. So I guess God knows how long this DNA testing is going to be, but I think she gave them like 6 months or something. No, he did not, Betty. Chrissy, he looks like he's been using some jailhouse drugs. Yeah, he doesn't look good at all. And actually, his sister Jane, or sister-in-law, Janie, is the one that has pushed for his innocence. She's married to his brother. It's the weirdest situation ever. Meg says, "What are you guys talking about? Don't you love a guy in uniform? He's so good looking." No, he does not look good. He used to be, a decent looking man. Not anymore. Not anymore. And he's my age. I don't know, man. Those dark, beady eyes, I'm not sure that you can hide those. I've noticed that after people kill other people, they get those dark eyes. And he's got those dark, dead eyes. And I hate to say it, but that's part of what makes my feelings towards him. Like, there's just a look, and I don't know. I don't like it. The van, I mean, we'll see what happens with it, right? We'll see what happens with it. Mags. This is a great time to hit that like button if you haven't already. The like button has really helped us get in that algorithm and get closer to 100K, which I didn't put up on the screen, but that's okay. We're at 97,927 subscribers. He does look scary. He looks strung out. He looks like he looks like he could have some kind of illness. He just doesn't look right. Yes, Red Wolf. Just their eyes change. Soulless. That's a really good way to put it, Trifina. He looks like he's growing horns out of his forehead. Yeah, soulless. Happy Friday, guys. So the van was found burned out, I guess. I don't even know if it's the same van that was seen in the burglary. So it's nuts. Wonder what Amber thinks about this. Shane. He looked like a jack-o'-lantern. I mean, he was like preppy and he played golf and all of that stuff. And now look at him. He's like, I don't know. The ponytail threw me off, man. I was shook by that. I was not expecting Scott Peterson to ever have a ponytail. Look at him here in the beginning.
Motion for post-conviction discovery under...
Watch this one. When he first unmutes. It's at the very beginning, I thought. We waited a long
Mr.
time
Peterson
for
has
this.
Consented to appearing via Zoom. He is appearing electronically from Mule Creek State Prison.
Look, he turned his head so we could all see it, too.
Yes, sir.
He's 51.
All right, good morning.
51,
Good morning,
I
Mr.
think.
Peterson. Can you both see and hear the proceedings, sir?
Yes, sir, I can. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome,
and
Jordan.
Do we have your consent to proceed via Zoom this morning?
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So the record should reflect Mr. Peterson has consented to appearing via Zoom. He is appearing electronically from Mule Creek State Prison. Okay, the court had requested counsel to be present this morning for a status conference.
He really wanted to show off that ponytail. He looks really bad to be 51. Not aging well there in the clinker, in the big house.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
And he's changed a lot since 3 years ago. He looked way different 3 years ago. When he got off death row and got put back into a regular prison, he changed. How'd you know, Olive? We've got a slow-mo for the day. Let's see that. Let's see that pony in slow-mo, she says. You're too much. Okay, our next video is a video with, like I said, they're going to be on fucking Good Morning America. Here is CBS Mornings. We've got a short interview with the prosecutor in the James Crumbley trial, Karen McDonald. It's the only interview I can find that came out after that night. No jurors. I haven't seen anything else. If you see any other interviews, I haven't. So let's listen to Karen McDonald. I have not watched this yet. Or if you're calling it WickDonald's, which I am shook. I had McDonald's last night and it's called WickDonald's. The W, it's an upside down W and it's got Chinese writing all over it. And I'm just like, did China take over our McDonald's as well? Because I'm going to lose my mind. The balloon came over and dropped all new fry packages that say WickDonald's.
What message do you hope this verdict sends?
Well, first and foremost, I think the sigh of relief from the four parents in the courtroom of Madison, Justin, Tate, and Hannah was a big deal. and again, this doesn't bring back their children, but it is an opportunity and a moment of accountability. And I think that's important for everyone, for those parents, for the other kids in that school, and then just generally making sure that we all know we have a responsibility to act and use ordinary care, particularly with a deadly weapon and a minor.
You know, Karen, when you take a case like this, one of the things I know lawyers do is they review precedents and other cases that might be similar, but there's really not that much out there that's similar to this case, if anything at all. So I'm curious, what was the moment that you realized, hey, I have a path here and we can make this historic trial happen in the way it did?
You know, what had been done before wasn't really on my mind at all. I think, you know, I experienced this event much like everybody across the country and particularly in the state, and I'm a parent. And the very first question I asked was, where did he get that gun? And how did he get it? And that question led to some really disturbing facts. And to me, it's not whether or not it had been done, it's whether or not there's a criminal charge there and it's violation of the law and it's gross negligence, and it is. I think it's a rare set of facts, but I also think that we don't ask the question enough. We don't. And we owe that to our kids. We owe that to our kids to ask, where did that weapon come from? Instead of just focusing on the shooter.
Karen, as you mentioned, you have been working alongside these families impacted by the shooting for a long time. And these parents, they have to deal with this loss now and also for the rest of their life. And if you can share any parts of your conversations with them about how they look at what happened, but then also the parent of the shooter.
It's been 2.5 years, and the shooter was pled and was sentenced, and that involved a very long sentencing hearing, and then there was the actual sentencing, and then we have the mom's trial and dad's trial, and these people, these moms and dads, and there were also several children injured and hundreds others in that school. We also charged and convicted the shooter of terrorism, and that's the first ever terrorism charge for a school shooting. And that was very important because so many of the hundreds and hundreds of kids are affected by mass shootings, and they don't have a scratch on them, but they will never be the same. And in addition, we had, tragically in Michigan, we had kids who were in the school on November 30th in Oxford that day, and they were also on campus at Michigan State University when there was an active shooting. And that leaves trauma and scars, and we have to name that. So it's a lot of pain and it's a lot of suffering, and I think we can't really promise anything, except I did promise when I first spoke with those parents, which was the day after their kids were murdered, that I would treat this case as if these were my own kids and how I would want justice for them, and I did that, and and my team did. Mark Keast was the lead trial attorney, and we did it. And I mentioned in the press conference last night we had people in my office lining up to work on this case, and we're public servants, but we were dedicated to these victims, but also the entire Oxford community. Nobody wants these tragic events to happen. Nobody wants this.
I'm surprised this is the only interview out there.
Yeah, their stories, they are our stories. Karen McDonald, thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Absolutely.
So the word on the street is that she's going to run for governor. So we'll see what happens with that. What do you mean, Lori? You mean like how she talks very broken? So 73% of you do not think that van has anything to do with Lacey. Yes, he was found guilty ×4. So they're both being sentenced on April the 9th. On the same day, we'll have the sentencing for James and Jennifer. Should be interesting. I don't know what they're going to get. I mean, could it be time served? I'm not sure. I don't know. Will they get the same amount? Will they get different amounts? You know what I mean? Like, will Jennifer get more than him? I don't know. Okay, let's move into Riley Strain, shall we? Let's move into Riley Strain. This is a college kid who was with his fraternity brothers in Nashville, got really drunk and got kicked out of the Luke Bryan bar at about 9:30, I believe it said. So we don't know if he was overserved, if he was drugged, or both. But what happened was he got kicked out. And we've seen this happen. We actually covered a case in Lansing, Michigan of a Michigan State University student who was drunk at a party, went to walk home and never made it. And he was found in the water. And I think that this kid will probably be found in the water as well. That's just my thoughts. But we have this surveillance footage and we're going to watch it.
His fraternity brothers initially thought Riley made it.
And there's a 911 call. So they didn't report him missing for 16 hours because they thought he was in another room. So no one left with him. He got booted out and they said, fuck it, we're going to keep partying. And they sent him on his way by himself.
Back to their hotel. The next morning, they started searching.
Okay. What is his name? His name is Riley Strain. Okay, and what color clothing was he last seen wearing? He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
So here, there's no sound with this, but this is the surveillance. You see him crossing the road there, and then this homeless guy is right there. Well, there's also two shop owners. Hold on, guys. I got to mute. Yeah, Danielle, you can see the river right there. But see him running and somebody said he ran into this pole, but I don't know if he did. I think he just fell down. Whew. Y'all, I just had to pay $100 for a freaking tow truck. Tow truck fund, www.j4j411.live/tip if you want to help out. We just had to pay $100 to get our car home 5 miles. If you can believe that shit. Cannot win for losing, guys. Cannot win for losing. So here he is after falling, and he's literally barely even able to walk. But these two shop owners.
He's such a great kid.
Sorry.
Such a great kid.
And that's his mom. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. But I guess they left him to. Hold on, I'm just transferring some money here. They left him to walk back by himself. You had to pay $200 for 25 miles. Yep, $100. Can you imagine his mom seeing this video? How freaking scary that would be. He hits his head on the pole. You think so? Hi, Sophia. Thank you, Sophie. Appreciate that. Thank you, Shell and Sophia. Y'all are the bestest. Yeah, I mean, imagine his mom seeing him, walking. Shame on those guys, though, for... Kids are so dumb, you know it? Like, to let him walk by himself. Let's listen to his mom.
He's supposed to graduate in Mizzou in May.
His family says they pinged Riley's phone from Life 360, showing his last known location was here at Public Square Park, only about half a mile away from Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway.
I just need to know where my son is multiple times a day. And this is the longest I've ever gone without talking to him. It's devastating. I just want to find him.
Ya no está en Instagram.
Oh, whoops. We don't want to get into Soto just yet. We don't want to get into Soto. What is going on with this? But let's watch this again from here, from this point. See the water right there? Especially if he hit his head. No, I don't have roadside. Yes, now that's a real worried mother with real emotion. What's up, Timmy? You want some raisins? Do you want some raisins, Mr. Timmy? Oh, I forgot we have a new sound bite.
Babies with them high top white shoes on, with the real hard bottom.
If you know, you know. I'm going to actually slow this down. This is our slow-mo. Welcome to slow-mo, Alip. And so many people saw him. Look, he's in the middle of the road. And these people are looking at him, and no one was like, hey, do you need help? Like, are you all right? I mean, clearly wasted. And people are looking at him, but not doing anything. Does he even have his phone? And look, he stops. And now he starts going back the other way, and then he turns around again. I think he's just following the herd of people. 1 block away, Lala. From the map I saw this morning, Lala says he hit it where he hit his head was 1 block away from the water. Hey, Anna. Thank you for joining. I wonder if those ladies said anything to him, because look, he stops. I bet you they did. What did they say to him, I wonder? And he is 6'6", I think. In Norway, yeah, Norway, you guys have a lot better resources. We don't have anything like that. I mean, look at all these people around. No one's helping. If he hit his head on that concrete thing, you know what the guy at the shop said? The guy that saw him, he was like, "Yeah, I saw him, but I see people fall down all the time drunk." 6'7". So here he's fallen. And now he looks really messed up. Like, you're going to see him really, like, hunched over. What made him run, though, I wonder? And no one's chasing him. Yeah, that ain't good. And none of these cars saw them, like, saw him fall into that and didn't think to pull into that parking lot and say, "Hey, are you okay?" Block all mods. Call PETA. Tell him I said hi.
Cocaine, 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 cocaine. It's cocaine.
It's cocaine.
He's just wasted. But here he is walking after hitting his head. Both of his arms are down at his side. You know, when you're drunk like that, you don't feel it. Why didn't they call a maneuver? I don't know. Why would you expect someone that drunk to walk 5 blocks? That's a long time. That's a long time. The only person I'm going to poison is you, Black All Mods. I'm going to shove some raisins down your throat. Look at him. He can barely even keep his legs walking. I bet you he walked right into that water. This is the only camera footage I could find. He had to have been bleeding, though. I mean, it's just like, damn. You see someone who's inebriated, you should help. I don't think a lone female should help.
He's such a great kid. Such a great kid. He's supposed to graduate at Mizzou in May.
His family says they pinged Riley's phone from Life 360, showing his last known location was here at Public Square Park, only about half a mile away from Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway.
So what's the name of the park he was last seen at?
Away from Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway.
Let's look at a map. I want to see how close this water is. Hold on. Google Maps. Okay. Kendi. Kendi using that steel.
Why by yourself?
I just need to know.
And Public Square Park, only about
Public Square Park. Who said his phone would still be on? It would definitely be dead by now, wouldn't it? Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you guys this map. So right here we have Public Square Park where the red pin is on your screen. This is the last place that his phone pinged right here. I bet you he ended up in that Cumberland River. I wonder if that river has a strong current. Does anybody know? Let's take a look here. Around here. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a city, you don't know where you are. It is so easy to get turned around sober. But that kid was wasted. They had probably been drinking all day long. And that was probably just enough. God knows if the kid ate. But if you take this road, if you just keep walking this road, I think you end up. This is Gay Street. You end up at the water here. Dude, it's really sad. I can't imagine what his mom's going through. You know? All right, so here is part of that park. This is like the lookout place. Isn't that weird how you can see people? So if we look out here, he was in this park, probably lost as hell. But you can see the water even from here. See how close? It's blurry, but this happened in Michigan to a boy in Michigan. He went walking home from a party and same thing. Disappeared, ended up in the water. But I mean, there's fencing all right here. Y'all, is there fence all around this water? I mean, not to change the subject or anything, but these log cabins are pretty kick-ass. I've never been to Nashville. It'd probably be pretty cool to see, but this does not look good. This doesn't look good right here. But honestly, people are always walking around Nashville. It's such a busy place. I don't think anybody, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody did anything to him. These college kids get wasted. Wasted. But it was still early in the night, like 9:30, right? Let me come back to chat and see what y'all are saying. Brendan Santo. Yes, that was his name. The current today is 2 feet per second. Oh, man. Knee length. But if it's got that current, that's not good. That's not good at all. Poor kid. See, and that's why you always have to travel in buddies. I don't care if you're a girl or a guy. I don't know about the abandoned buildings. I'm sure they did. Yeah, it does happen. It definitely does happen. He's a tall guy, but he's not a big guy. He was like, what, 160 and 6'6", 6'7"? And that's what happened with Brendan Soto, too. He was taken with the current. I don't think he got in a car with anyone because I don't think anybody's going to pick up someone like that. Locals call it the Angry River. That makes sense. Yeah, the 8th. But if it's going 2 feet a second? And pulley, it happens all the time. A trash chute. Wow. I think I remember hearing about someone getting caught in a trash chute drunk. This drinking, it's out of hand, yo. It's out of hand. I sound like I never drank before, but I'll tell you what. You get that wasted to the point where you can't walk, there's a freaking problem, man. I don't know why people need to get that fucking drunk. What about the girl who wandered into the freezer? Oh, yeah. It's been a whole week. I think that if he fell in the water, it took him down the... Yeah, who knows, Juju. The 8th at midnight, it was 3.86 feet per second. Lanky. Mm-hmm. And it's rained. Kanika Jenkins. Yes, Kanika. Yes, in Manhattan, middle-aged lady caught in a trash chute. Yep, I remember that. There needs to be a cutoff limit. I just think it's very irresponsible for bars to just be like, okay, well, it's not my fucking problem. We're just going to send him out into the streets by himself. If he's too drunk to be in the bar, isn't he too drunk to walk home and be on the streets by himself? I think these bars need to have more responsibility when they kick someone out. You can't just kick people out. Like, what if they kicked a girl out and she got raped? You can't just kick people out like that. Security put him out the back door. Was he in a fight or something? Like, what? Do we know what he was doing when he got kicked out? Buttercup, it's nuts, these colleges. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What happened to get kicked out? Like, he got kicked out, but his buddies didn't? That's what's weird to me. Yeah, her name's Kanika Excuse me. Kanika Jenkins. The bar said he only had one drink there. Yeah, but if he's visibly drunk, they can't. It doesn't matter if he was drunk before he got there or not, but if they noticed he was that inebriated, I feel like if someone's too intoxicated to be in your establishment, that instead of just kicking him out and going, it's not my problem. So he got booted out the back door and his friends didn't know. Meg said, Jay, I got kicked out for no reason at all. They left bruises on my arms. They didn't tell my friends, but thank goodness they saw. Bar got in trouble for doing this to women and a power trip. Okay, so I have another story. I'm going to show you guys a video, actually. We're going to go a little deeper into this. This happened near me in Michigan. Let's see if there's anything on YouTube. There was a girl that was kicked out of the bar. Actually, she went outside and she wasn't let back in. And she walked down the road and she got hit by a car. And I've done things on this case before. She got in a fight with her husband. See, I have a video on this, but it's long. They never caught who hit her either with the car. They never caught who hit her. I want to find a good video. She has children, everything else. Here's her sister. We're going to listen to this.
To the person that killed my sister, and I say killed because it may have started out to be an accident, but your vehicle hit my sister, and it took her life that night. And you didn't just hit her and keep going. She was attached to your vehicle, and you continued to drive. You continued to drag her underneath your vehicle and pull into a parking lot, remove her from your vehicle, and leave her there. She was our sister. She was a friend. She was someone that I could call and talk to. That's no longer there anymore. She wasn't an animal. She wasn't a deer or a dog that you hit and leave on the side of the road. She was a human being. And you know that. You had to look at her that night. And I hope that image is frozen in your mind and that you see it every day. And the only way for you to get closure and to move past that is to come forward and confess what you've done.
Thank you, Potato.
We loved our sister. Our parents loved her. She had 5 beautiful kids who loved and adored her, and she loved and adored them. She was a devoted wife. She was devoted to her family. She would do anything for anybody, and you took that away. You didn't just destroy her life that night. You didn't just take her life. You took a piece of all of our lives that night. There's a piece of our hearts that is broken that will never, ever, ever be repaired. We miss her every day. We can't pick up the phone and call her. We can't hug her. We can't ever see her again. We didn't even get to see her and say goodbye to her at her funeral. We had to have a closed casket because of what you did to her. We didn't get to see her one last time. We didn't get to hold her hand when she took her last breath. You took that away. You didn't call 911 and even give a chance for someone to come and try to help her. We loved her. We miss her. And we just want answers. We want a little piece of closure. We know that you coming forward will never bring her back, and nothing will change that. But it'll give us that little piece of peace in our hearts to be able to move forward and to move on with our lives, and to be able to focus on her kids and our kids and our families the way that we should be focusing, instead of having to continue on this journey to try and find you. Just please come forward. Please tell somebody that can come forward and can help you.
Okay, so yeah, it's awful. Like, all her family talked in these different things. She was literally hit by a car, dragged down the road. They removed her from underneath the car. Let's see here. My stream. Let's see what we've got.
Okay.
Oh my
Aaron?
God. I can't with my fireplace. Oh my God. This was 5 years ago.
He had signs everywhere and nothing.
Oh my God. I don't know what this stream is all about, but we end with Nicole Kessinger's things, but I guess I didn't. Here's some photos.
Subdivision, and yeah, I mean, the baby will grow up, but it's really sad because they're missing out on watching him grow up. Yeah, we do have grandparent rights. And maybe they did do something, between 2012 and now.
That's right. Her husband wouldn't let her family see the kids. And then we found out later that her husband, okay, so they got in a fight at the bar. She wasn't let back in, and her purse was in the bar. Her purse was in there. Her phone was in there. So she started walking home, and someone hit her. And her husband left her at the bar as well. Her husband left her there. They got in a fight. He went home. She was there. Her friends were still inside, but the bartender or the bouncer would not let her back in. And that is her husband there.
You took a life. You chose to treat her like an animal, and that's not right.
Vernon Lope speaks out on behalf of his wife, Sandra. The 37-year-old mother of 5 children left Santino's bar on Van Dyke at 1 a.m. on December 16th. She was walking home when she was hit by a vehicle. That driver continued on more than 600 feet, dragging Sandra under the vehicle. The driver eventually stopped. Investigators say someone got out of the vehicle and pulled Sandra Lope's body from underneath. Then the vehicle drove off. Sandra was discovered in the parking lot of a mobile home park on Van Dyke near Campground Road in Washington Township.
Please, you know who did this, and you know who you are out there. You owe it to God. You owe it to me. You owe it to our family, and you owe it to our kids. You have to come forth. We have to have closure. What you did is just unbelievable.
This should never happen to anyone. But how do you explain this to 5 young children?
It's not fair to us to have had to bury our sister. We should not be here. We should not have to do this. It's not fair that her children have to grow up without a mother now.
The driver knew exactly what happened. There will be considerable damage to the right front passenger side of the car, just feet away from the driver.
If somebody knows of a vehicle that may have some damage to the front passenger side, that's information. Any little bit will help, and our investigators are going to follow up on every tip.
Never caught the driver. The only thing that ever happened was there was a guy who owned a diesel like truck where they modify diesel trucks and stuff. And it was the guy that owned it, because they said this was a lifted truck, a dark truck. Anyways, he actually owned an auto shop. So the rumor was he offed himself. And people thought that maybe he had done it. And that's why he offed himself. But that he fixed his own car in the shop. I don't know if that's true, but they have never found anyone. There was even speculation that her husband did it, that he went home and got the car and came back. I don't know if they ever checked his car. I have no idea about the investigation. She was so pretty. She was so pretty. But yeah, so that's what it reminds me of, this intoxication and this bouncer not letting her back in. I think the friends thought that she was with her husband, but they had gotten into the fight outside, and then she wasn't let back in because she was inebriated. Santino's bar on Van Dyke in Washington Township. Yeah, very sad, very sad. Yeah, I wondered that. I didn't trust the husband throughout all of this. Like when I saw the videos of him and stuff, I didn't like it. But I think he was very abusive. I don't think they had a good relationship. I think that he was I do know that he called her trailer trash. He came from money, she didn't. He wasn't a very nice guy. I'm just going to say that. So I don't know. I wish they would have caught whoever did that to her. But they didn't. So, yes, on old Van Dyke, actually. Like 27 Mile in Old Van Dyke, like by Stony Creek Apartments. It's 4:20. It's 4:20. 4:20 on the East Coast. All right, let's watch this video next. This is something, guys, Stephan Sterns knew Jennifer Soto in 2018. This video that I'm about to show you is from 2018. I have no idea who these people are, but it says cocktail hour. And this account is gone, but this video was on there from 2018. Oh, I know, like he's some hot shit, right? 420 in chat, and it was 420. No new charges yet on Stephan Sterns, but we do have a trial date, but I don't know how much to make of that. Let's watch this video. So it says cocktail hour, and they're at the Sunken Gardens. What do you guys think? 2018. So do we think this was a cocktail hour for Disney employees at the Sunken Gardens? Oh, I know, Kim G. No, I think it's the Sunken Gardens in Orlando. Kim G, another setup? What do you mean? Yeah, I can't stand her. Looks like damn Casey Anthony behind her. Oh my God. So he dates back in their life to 2018. And she blows a kiss. So she thought that this dude was hot for her. And what he really wanted was her daughter. Anonymous, what's the deal with that other marriage Jennifer was in? So the other marriage that Jennifer was in was to someone named Stephen Young from 2015 to 2017. So if you have to think about the timeline here, that she had Madeline in 2011. She got married in 2015. She got divorced in 2017. She's with Stephan Sterns in 2018. This woman has always had a man around, right? So she had Madeline in 2011. So in 7 years, she was with Madeline's dad, Stephen Young, and Stephan Sterns. Zero soul behind his eyes and zero clue behind hers. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, yeah, let's take that back. Madeline born 2011. She's with the dad, the biological dad. We don't know when they break up or what happened with them. But then she's married in 2015, 4 years when Maddie's 4 years old. Then she's divorced when Maddie's 6. Then she gets with this guy the next year. And we know what's been happening since she got with this loser. I can't with that girl behind her. I don't know if that's her mom. It might be. Does anyone know where he's from? Yeah, he's from here. He was born in California. He lived in California, Georgia, and Florida. He's been down here for a long time. I think that maybe Sterns sought out her because of her daughter. Who knows? She does have a sister, but her sister's quite young. So back in 2018, her sister would have been way younger, right? It might be her mom, or it could just be... That could be the sister in the red, actually. That could be mom and sister. I'm not 100% sure, but... She makes me sick. That's the grandma, you think, Stephanie? It's okay to be alone. Yeah, some people don't ever want to be alone. Yeah, I don't think he was globalism. I think he's just a sick, you know what. What's up, Flo? Hi, Polly Pepper. Mother probably has her next fella lined up. Yeah, well, it's a TikTok video, so it moves really fast, and I wanted to be able to see these people. So, hang on a second. Gardens. Oh, God. Is that the Sunken Gardens in St. Pete? I thought there was one in Orlando. God, they were near me in this? Stop. Stop. I think this is. All she says is cocktail hour at Sunken Gardens. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the sunshine. I hate to say it, but Jen's mom is mucho beautiful. Jay, is that you in the background? Megs? What, the one right here? Does that look like me? Stop.
Like, what the fuck is this? And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
I can't imagine people hung out with these creeps. This picture bothers me as well. This. Let's see if we can get that to pull up. No, we can't. This one of her and her mom, I don't know why. For some reason, it gives me bad vibes when I see it. D's Boots. This is internet sleuthing. You're here for it. This picture right here bothers me. I don't know why. It looks like Casey. Do you guys get a bad vibe from this? Yeah, I just get a really bad vibe, and I don't know. I can't describe it. I look at. I just look at Maddie's face, and she just, I don't know. Maybe it's just what we know. Something just doesn't look right to me there. So we've got trial dates for him. We had an arraignment for 4/2, and that one says now, it says waived. And then we have a pre-trial hearing, and then we have a trial date for May 13th. So I don't know if like more is going to come of this or what, but I'm going to show you something on Stephan's parents that I found. It's kind of random. Oh, man. I can't with... You guys really think that's the mom? The grandma? They're only 15 years apart. I know, Debbie. It's like so weird. Okay, let me show you this. This is from Sterns. When they lived in Windermere, which is in Orlando there. If you watched my interview with Chase, you would have heard him talk about the Windermere thing, the Windermere house. But check this out. They joined the country club at Windermere. And guess what? They didn't pay the bill. So they joined this membership in Windermere for the Windermere Country Club, Keene Point. It's Keene's Point Country Club. The Golden Bear Club at Keene's Point. Okay. I just thought this was kind of interesting. So Christopher Sterns and Deborah, were residents, and they joined this country club, and they breached the contract. But you know what they did? They joined the country club. They didn't pay their dues, but they kept going to the country club and eating and buying stuff. Check this out. So they entered into this contract on May 12th, 2004, and became a member of the Golden Bear Club at Keene's Point. Despite club's proper demand for payment to member and its full performance under the contract, members owes club the principal amount of $28,391. Christopher Sterns and Deborah Sterns individually. So there's receipts for stuff they bought too. So if you go down here, here's where they signed up for this thing. And it's they gave him a visa. It was monthly dues, fucking $20,000 deposit. $20,000 they put down just to join this country club. So if you look here, they put the initial deposit of 25 grand. Then they had an amnesty certificate as down payment, whatever. And then their first annual payment was to be $10,900 on May 14th in 05. And then again on May 14th in 06, they were supposed to pay another $11,000. So the membership plan is here. This is their whole contract. But let's go down. These people had some coin at one point, man. And now he's living in this like mediocre house in Northport. I don't understand what happened here. How you go from clubs like this to... Let's keep going. Darn it. This is all their contract. Okay, here we go. Deborah and Christopher Sterns. So they owe $5,000 here. Their dues every month were $600 a month. So here's some of the shit that Christopher... So remember Chase said, like, oh, Christopher was never home? He was probably hanging out at the damn country club. So there's food, there's golf shop, dining room, the grill. Look at this. Every month, full golf member, $380 just for the golfing. And you go down here. So he would go down there and eat. Look, the dates. In September, it's like every other day. And then August, you see the dates over here on the left, the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, etc. But they kept going, even though they weren't paying their bill. And this is going back to July. It gets more frequent because when they first got the membership, they used it more. But look at all the shit they charged. He actually made a payment of $2,000 in May for this, but pro shop, merchandise, all kinds of shit. So they didn't pay for it, is my point. I just thought that was interesting. It's not really groundbreaking, but something I found on the Sterns. Their luck ran out. Yeah. I don't know how they had that much money. I mean, he was a realtor, but what happened? What happened to all his money? Yeah, it's the parents' golf membership. Yeah, he would go there and charge it, and then just they never paid it. They never paid it. Like they signed up and then never paid it. Scrubs. Who's Brendan Soto? I think Soto is a really popular surname. Did Stephan possibly make the charges? Maybe. Do I have a picture of Debbie? Yes, I do. I do. Debbie and her poodles. Debbie loves poodles. Here's a picture of Chris. This is his dad. His dad right there. Oh, the housing market crashed. So they must have had a lot of debt. I wonder if Stephan Sterns' parents ever met Maddie. Yeah, he didn't work. It could be the real estate market, I guess. Let me find a picture of Debbie. I'm still looking at my files here. God, I've got so many photos from this case. It's ridiculous. Here it is. Oh, here's one of his mom and dad. It looks quite old, though. He does look like, I know he lives by them, too. Look, I said her and Roberta need to go out for brunch. Where did Stephan learn his behavior? That's what I want to know, too. He has a public defender, and according to the court documents, he has a public defender, but we don't have a name yet, which is interesting. We don't have a name of the public defender yet. Yes, I did, Reagan, but I think he had been drinking all day, is what was reported. This photo, I got a couple more photos here. Hold on. This photo of his car is from 2024 in front of his parents' house. See that? This is 2024. See that? Google 2024. He was staying at his parents' house. Now let's look at this photo. This is his mother. And that poodle's like, help me! Help me! Yeah, this is the mother who didn't like colored people and things like that. Allegedly. Nope, no attorney. It says public defender. It's not. There's no name. It just says public defender. There's no name. Robin, do you know that this is 7 minutes from the laundries? 7 minutes. Yeah, they went from country club living to that. Hold on, I've got more. I've got some of the mother's house as well. Hold on. I got all kinds of photos. Hold on. I'll show you a few more. There's 1, 2. So many screenshots. But this is the mother. I think this is the mother's house. Seven minutes, Robin, away. How is it they end up in Northport? Okay, here's another photo. This one is Maddie. And it looks like her bio dad and his wife. So he was with, okay, let's put this together, yo. Look how little Madeline is here. Madeline would have to be what? 2? Maybe 3? 2, 3 years old right here. Which would take us to, and they're at Disney World. This would take us, if she's 3, to 2014. So in 2014, Madeline's dad was already married because look, his wife has a wedding ring on. So when were him and Jen together? And were they together for a long time? Were they a one night stand? Did they have a relationship? She's adorable. She's absolutely adorable. But these are the questions I have. So if she's 2, this takes us to 2013. Mom got married in 2015 to this Stephen Young, but dad was already married at this point. So truly, his wife knew Maddie since she was a baby. So it doesn't sound to me like Jennifer and this bio dad had much of a relationship. And this must be his family, his wife, and they took her to Disney. So that one, I know she is a doll, an absolute doll. And you could see she doesn't have a problem having her hands on her daddy's head. No. She wasn't married to Stephan Sterns. You think Jen tried to trap him and it didn't work? I wonder where these two met, you know? I know, she's so damn cute. Here's another one. This is her and her grandma. So that's Madeline and her grandma on her 10th birthday. And we know now from the court documents that the abuse had already begun. And then here's another one of, whoa, that was weird. Here's another one of the Stearns house from a distance. So to go from country club living to this is curious to me. Yeah, she was married to a Stephen Young. Let me see if I have any other photos here that I haven't shown. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, the mom's house. Where's that one? Jen's mom's house. Is this it? Yep. So I think this is Jen's mom's house. Don't quote me on this, but that's what I think. Where Jen's car was parked with the evidence tape on it. But if you look up in the bedroom window, there is shit stacked up halfway up the window. I don't know what the deal is with these people, but wonder why Maddie didn't have her dad's last name. Probably because mom wasn't married to him and decided not to give it to her. Happens all the time in unmarried couples. I wonder when he stopped working at Kiddie Park, Disney, and why did he stop working? What happened on the job? Maybe nothing. COVID. We got to remember, this poor little girl was locked up with this monster during COVID. The sister's house, is it? Oh, okay. See, that's why I asked. That's the sister's house. Thank you. See, you guys, we put our heads together. Yeah, it is crazy. Hopefully we get some answers soon, man. So that's the sister's house. Thank you for clearing that up. I also have a picture of, here's a couple more. These are a little bit creepy. Hold on. I have a picture of Stephan's mother as a child with her siblings and her parents. So here's his mom. Guess which one she is? She's in the very front row. So that would be Stephan's grandparents in the background, and tell me he doesn't look like his grandpa. And then those other two are his mom's siblings. But mama is in the front. She looks really kind. And then here's his uncle, which Stephan looks a lot like his uncle. It was mentioned that he refused to call all girls a princess and would only call girls a princess who he thought deserved it. Yeah, he said that on Reddit. The ones that dressed up like a princess, he called them princess. Daniel. So that's his uncle, and his uncle is dead now. And then here's another picture of his uncle and his wife and their kids just random in the woods. Weird, I know. From an obituary video that they made when his uncle died. Thanks, Finn. But doesn't he look like his uncle a little bit? Private eyes, they're watching you. Yeah.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
Thank you, Joyce Brown. I like to share my random finds. I have a lot of random stuff. Here's another one. Let's take a look at this one. Hang on. Now, this is speculation, but it looks to me like Madeline has a bruise on her face here. You guys see it? Is it just me, or is that a bruise? Right here. Thank you, Debbie, for being a member and being here to receive one. You can thank Mega and Potato and whoever else gave out memberships today. Thanks, guys. So it looks to me like she's got a little bruise right here. And that was a picture of her mother, and Stephan at Disney World. Kim G, I'm with you. Yeah. Knowing what we know now, it's really, really sad. Here's another photo. What do you think of that photo? The birthday pic? I do have the birthday pic. Hold on. You think it's a shadow? It could be. But he was doing some brutal things to this baby. I mean, he was doing brutal things. He was hurting her in very, very bad ways. Like literally hurting her. You know, I do see that this photo is really disturbing as well. She looks terrible. But she's also got her hand around her mom's. She's got her hand down her mom's shirt in that one. I don't like that. And that was one of her rover pictures for her pet sitting business. Yeah, just that birthday does not look right. Why is mom always in front? Mm-hmm. I noticed that too. Yeah, you can definitely see there's something wrong there. She looks exhausted. She looks like she's faking a smile. Right, but we're talking about a child who was being molested. So I look at her hand down her shirt a little bit different than kids who aren't being molested. So that's why I brought that up. Not saying kids don't do that and, put their hands wherever, but we're talking about specifically someone who was being brutally abused. And those pictures on the rover could have been set up for something else. So I can't prove that, but I don't know. The whole case bothers me, It's hard to say because it was a video that they paused and screenshotted. So it's kind of pixelated. You can't really tell what's what, but her eyes definitely have dark circles. Her hand was clearly down the shirt. And who knows? Maybe Stephan told her to do that. We don't know. I mean, this is a sick situation. And the bottom line is we don't know how sick it actually gets. Because we still have this guy right here who's sitting in the clinker. And another thing about this guy, Santa, James Cox. James Cox was arrested in Osceola County. Why are they holding him in Seminole County Jail? Is that because Stephan Sterns is in the Osceola County Jail? Why is Stephan Sterns in Osceola, but he's in Seminole? He's not being held in the same prison as Sterns or jail as Sterns. I thought that was interesting. We have another video. Thank you, Potato, for sending me that. The Evil Exists put out a video. Check this out. Let's get rid of him. I just pay attention. I mean, knowing what we know this girl went through, I pay attention to everything. I don't turn away anything. I look at everything because there's different reasons for things when people do them when there's weird shit going on. Something that can seem innocent may not be so innocent. And this video is really disturbing. She looks really super sad. Here, watch this.
Of the hardest cases I've ever followed and covered here on this channel. She was just 8 years old when Stephan started hurting her. Just 8 years old. Can you believe how sick he is? It is beyond me how the mother had no idea. We should remember that Stephan has not been charged with killing Madeline at this time, so maybe authorities are putting all the pieces together and probably still investigating Jen to determine if she had any role in Madeline's killing. At this point, nothing will shock me. I feel like it's impossible when the public can't see the signs. I'm about to show you a video of Madeline. It was taken on her 12th birthday, and the sadness in her eyes is clear as daylight. I'm sure many of you will agree with me. Just look at her eyes. Firstly, she looks absolutely exhausted. The dark circles around her eyes are apparent and worrying. It just breaks my heart seeing Madeline look so sad. No 12-year-old should feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Just heartbreaking. Now this is at a birthday party. How was she at home then, and how the hell did Jen Soto not notice? I think it's just a matter of time Jen is arrested too. Where is she? I heard rumors that she checked herself into a mental health facility. It's just mind-blowing how so many people could have helped her, but did they really not notice the signs? Let's take a look at the video.
Look at her eyes. She's broken. Completely broken. Is this from her 12th birthday? No, I don't think she was embarrassed of the car. I think that's all lies and BS. Yeah, it's really sad. She looks sad. She looks uncomfortable. I don't like it. I slowed it down a little bit more. 12th birthday, yeah. Hi, Scorpio. It's like a fake smile. And she giggles at somebody. And then she just looks sad. Tired. Sad. Yeah, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like whatever's going on. She looks very uncomfortable. It makes me sad. And she tried to put on a brave face. Poor baby. "12 years old, she looks 30. Uncomfortable, tired, and sad, yeah. He was brutalizing her. He was brutalizing her. Lisa, I wanted to do that. I wanted to go back and look at the dates. Lisa, we can do that in Discord. Let's get something together and look at all those dates and put it together. Did Madeline ever have friends around her, especially during birthdays? Her friends were at the 13th birthday. I mean, he was with her since she was 7 or 8. Is she holding on to the table? I don't know. Let's look again. It's really disturbing, though, isn't it? I can't wait to see this guy go down. What a piece of shit. Nasty piece of shit. It was just 2 friends, Dr. Quinn? She could be in severe pain here. Yeah, she's leaning on the table. A lot happened in the month of June. Very odd. Grandma said 2 friends. So she had friends there. Sounds like everybody at school loved her. I mean, maybe those were just her closest friends. The side eye to the right, then sort of stumps her foot frustration. She giggles and then she looks away. I just can't get over what this little girl was holding inside. I can't get over what. So also her mother, the grandmother, said that Jen, or that she didn't know why Stephan came up for the weekend, because she said the boyfriend wasn't living there. He came up for the weekend and she said, I don't know why. Yeah, like trying to be polite, Maylee. Blue Eyes Lee, 604 people watching. Hit that like button. It's free. Her eyes are very dark. And that's something happens to children when they're abused like this. They get those dark circles around their eyes. It robs them of everything they have, guys. It robs them of everything they have. And if anybody in this chat has been through anything even similarly, remotely close to this, my thoughts and my prayers go out to you, because this is no fucking joke, man. This is, you can see the pain visibly on her. There is no way that her mother did not know. There's no way. Kathy Waters, welcome. We have a new sub. Yes, continue this discussion with us in Discord. If you are a member, the moderators will tell you how to get your butt in Discord so that we can sleuth together.
Not right now, man.
These guys are evil. They say, you know, you'll be taken away from your family. You'll never see your family again. You'll never see your doggy again. You'll never see your cat again. I mean, evil. It's evil, evil, evil. And they trick children. And then they get them groomed and in a certain position where they're scared. And this is what you end up with. You end up with a little face like this at 12 years old. They did speak at a service, Robin, and said how beautiful she was. Do you want to watch that video? I love hearing her little friends talk about her because her mom didn't say anything positive about her. Her mom didn't say one thing positive about her, but her little friends did. You betcha. Her little friends did. Let's watch. Oh, I better speed it up.
En la mañana la llevó mi novio para la escuela, la dejó al lado de la iglesia que queda ahí al lado de el middle school. La dejaron ahí y que ella se puso a caminar y él manejó y se llevaron perros a ver si cogen el olor de ella por ahí. Creo que ahorita están investigando los videos que quedan por la calle. Hay un video de una iglesia que queda al lado de la escuela donde creen que ven mi hija.
¿Qué te dice ese instinto de madre?
Que alguien se me llevó mi hija. En mi corazón alguien se me llevó mi hija. Porque no es normal que ella se va así como así. To run away, ella no es ese tipo de persona.
Familiares afirman que en el hogar no hubo ninguna discusión ni motivos para que la joven se fuera de la casa.
Por favor, que me la regresen, que esté sana, que esté bien. Solo quiero que la regresen.
She'd be like, oh yeah, I could do it. Era esa joven atrevida que hacía lo que fuera por ver a otros sonreír.
She always had a smile. She was always laughing and giggling.
De carcajada contagiosa.
She was happy, she was pretty.
Alegre, hermosa.
She always saw the good in everybody.
Alguien que veía lo bueno en quienes la rodeaban.
Maddie was like my best friend, right?
Hija, nieta, mejor amiga y hoy también un motivo.
Her little like smile on her face with her cute little moles and
desde donde ellas sueñan le sonríe con sus hoyuelos.
Amazing, beautiful, incredible blue eyes.
Eso
luego de ser señalado como la última persona que tuvo contacto con la menor.
El novio ya no vivía ahí, vino este fin de semana, ¿por qué? No sé. Pero mi hija trabajó la noche anterior, el domingo, y parece que se levantó muy cansada y le dijo al novio que se la trajera.
No se presentó a su primera comparecencia.
All right, so that is the grandma saying he didn't live here. He came this weekend because, I don't know. He came this weekend because, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
Not right now, man.
Why wouldn't you ask? Hey, Zawaki. Hope I'm saying that right. Zawaki. Why doesn't she know? And if he was at the party, why didn't she ask? Wouldn't she know by now? Or, now, Madeline's missing. Wouldn't she have asked her daughter by now? Like, why was Stephan here? Keeping the shit on the DL. Keeping the shit on the DL. He came this weekend because, I don't know. This is the last person to be with her. And then she went missing. He came here because, I don't know. Just straight up, I don't know. She knows.
I don't know. Última persona que tuvo contacto con la menor.
El novio ya no vivía ahí, vino este fin de semana, ¿por qué? No sé. Pero mi hija trabajó la noche anterior, el domingo, y parece que se levantó muy cansada y le dijo al novio que se la trajera.
No se presentó.
She was tired and she asked her boyfriend to bring her over. What's up, Danielle? What's up, green-eyed PI? I said it pretty close. Something is off when it comes to your child. You investigate them being afraid of being alone. You ask questions. Yeah, you might see something in their underwear or on their sheets or a way they're acting. The things that were being done to this young girl hurt. It hurt. And that's all I'm going to say. Grandma had her at 15. Yeah, because Grandma had her at 15. So Juan Soto is supposedly Jen's father. Juan Soto owns the condo that Jen lives in. Juan Soto is 70. Jen's mom, I think, is 54. And I think so too, Lala. I think she's repeating what her daughter told her. I think so too. So who was watching Maddie after the party? Who brought Maddie home? Oh, she was such a happy girl. Those are all lies. She knew she wasn't happy. She knew she wasn't happy and showed it. We just saw the video or the picture of her birthday. She was a happy girl. And she showed it that night. Is this the video?
On Monday,
hold on.
Which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
Yes, we're talking to the mother, yes. She's not considered a suspect? So we're talking to the mother and all this. To my knowledge, she's not a suspect in this case.
In all this? Hey everyone, welcome back to Jay is for Justice. My name is Jay, I'm your host. The first clip that we're going to watch is her mother talking about her leaving her phone at home. On one hand, she says it's pretty normal for her. On the other hand, she says, from time to time. What do you guys think? Let's watch.
She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
She, from time to time, she will leave her cell phone at home accidentally, and that's actually what happened yesterday.
Which is kind of normal for her.
So she says it's kind of normal for her to accidentally leave her phone. And I'm still not sure that I buy that because kids are very attached to their phones these days. Let's move into our next clip.
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears.
So, yeah, there's no way to track her right now because the detectives now have her phone.
She knows how to get home by herself, as if, like, let's just say, to take a bus or an Uber or something like that. She would know how to get home alone, correct?
I'm not sure. Maybe, if someone got in the car with her and if she pointed the way, what roads, she probably could figure out how to get, but like, does she know?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears.
Full address? I don't think she does.
Hoping she just appears.
So she has no faith that Madeline knows how to get home or knows her full address. But she's staying at home while her family's out searching, hoping she appears. Red flag number 2 to me.
I don't know if she would know how to get home.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday.
There was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed.
Told her good night and
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so she says when she got home from the birthday party on Sunday night, she did not have her phone or her laptop. Did mom have her phone and laptop? If so, why? And at what point did Maddie put her laptop in her JanSport backpack?
Busted
because
cannabis.
You're going to hear in a second. Jen Soto says the last conversation she had with Maddie was before she went to bed. And then right after that, she's asked, what was she wearing? Then she goes into what she was wearing when she was last seen. So I don't know if this is per Stephan, if this is per mom. Did mom see her? Because if you see your kid in the morning before they go to school, they're 13, you're going to have that conversation with them. Have a good day. Did you forget your phone? Don't forget your phone. Things like that. But she says it was before bed. So I'm assuming mom is claiming she did not see her in the morning and that her partner took her daughter to school. Allegedly took her daughter to school.
What was she wearing?
She was last seen wearing a green hoodie, black shorts, white Crocs, a black JanSport backpack with gray hibiscus flowers on it.
And
she did accidentally leave her phone on Monday.
So my question is, did she actually leave her phone, or did mom have her phone? Because we know that Stephan Sterns was seen at 7:30 in the morning discarding her laptop and her backpack in a dumpster near their community. Now, here's where it gets a little more foggy with the whole timeline. Check this out. This is from the PCA. This part of the PCA says the mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephan Sterns, picked her up from home and dropped her off at Hunters Creek Middle School, 13400 Town Loop Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, on February 26, 2024. The mother then went to pick up Madeline from school at dismissal and learned Madeline never showed up to school. So from what I understand, Stephan lived there with Madeline and her mom. So her mom says that he picked her up from home. Where was he coming from? We can tell you where he was coming from because the sheriff tells us what he was doing in the morning.
Video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Okay, so let's try to unravel this. Stephan left the house and was observed on video throwing Madeline's things in the dumpster. The cops believe she was already deceased at that time. At what point did Stephan Sterns remove Madeline from the home? Did Madeline leave the home alive and then get in the car? Did they drive away? Did he do something to her, throw her backpack away, and come back to the house? And all along, where is mom? Is mom sleeping through all of this?
At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result,
Department's belief that she was killed at the house.
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigator.
Believe that she was killed in Kissimmee, but he was asked if she was killed at the home. Believed she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved the body. Thank you, Zawaki. I look forward to your email.
investigators now.
I would say, judging by the looks on their faces and their nodding, that Madeline was killed at home.
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
So if he came back to the house in the 8 o'clock hour with her in the car deceased, what happened then? Because we know he was changing a tire at like between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. Is that Stephan driving the car? Like, do we know for sure that this is Stephan driving the car? Remember yesterday we looked at the arm. We looked at the arm yesterday. He doesn't say he killed her. She was killed. Rebecca says, I think she spent the night with Sterns elsewhere in Kissimmee, maybe a hotel or his mom's house. That's what I'm wondering. I don't think that she made it home. How did Stephan get her out of the house without mom hearing? When did he put her in the car? His address registered is the house on Santa Maria Drive. So 7:35, he was putting shit in the dumpster. And then 8:15, he came back to the apartment. Did he go in? Where was Maddie? Was she still sitting in the car? Video throwing Madeline's things in the dumpster. The cops believe she was already deceased at that time. At what point did Stephan Sterns remove Madeline from the home? Did Madeline leave the home alive and then get in the car? Did they drive away? Did he do something to her, throw her backpack away, and come back to the house? And all along, where is mom? Is mom sleeping through all of this?
At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result,
Department's belief that she was killed at the house.
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
I would say, judging by the looks on their faces and their nodding, that Madeline was killed at home.
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
So if he came back to the house in the 8 o'clock hour with her in the car deceased, what happened then? Because we know he was changing a tire at like between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. So what happened between 8:30 and 1:30? Yikes. So between 8:30 and 1:30, where was Jen? What was Jen doing? I love listening to the sheriff because he did word things very, very, very specifically, in my opinion. She lied about the time of calling 911. Check this out.
Stephan Sterns. Your Honor, at this time, I am going to waive Mr. Sterns' appearance. I'm also going to waive the reading of these charges. Mr. Sterns is aware of what he's been arrested for.
What we did was we sent our units out here and we did discover what appears to be a body. The body has clothing very similar to what the victim was last seen wearing.
What was she wearing?
She was last seen wearing a green hoodie, black shorts, white Crocs, a black JanSport backpack with gray hibiscus flowers on it. That's about it.
We believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26th.
Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school.
So we were called on Monday evening at approximately 8 p.m. Our patrol deputies went out there, met with Madeline's mom at the school near Hunters Creek to take a report on her missing daughter. So we started the investigation.
I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
So we were called on Monday evening at approximately 8 p.m.
4 hours later, she told the news reporter she called at 4:45. She called at 8. And Maylee, I think you're right, because they said they saw Stephan on camera at 8:10 in the morning driving by that church, trying to get his alibi in there. The question is, where was Jen? How much video do they have? Can they use this video against her? Can they get her to talk? These are all the unanswered questions that we have in this case. I am going to wrap up this Friday, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for listening today. I really appreciate you. I thought I had a going out video, but I do not. So we will definitely keep a close eye on this. Crazy case. But justice for Madeline, and may the justice be harsh for these motherfuckers. Jammers, thank you for sharing that. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 1-800-422-4453 for a child abuse hotline. Was Jen laying in the back seat? So, you guys, we have not met our goals, but we will keep the member goal and the super chat goal open. When we meet those, we will roll. We will spin the wheel of Friday next week. We didn't meet the goals. We got to meet all 3 of our goals for the wheel of Friday. So hopefully next Friday, we can spin the wheel. No. That's not how it works. We got to meet our goals, peeps. Y'all are all like, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. We spin the wheel when we meet all 3 goals. Y'all think you're getting off that easy? Oh, no, my little ones. We have to meet our goals, So we have the wheel of Friday that we spin when we meet all 3 of our goals, and we're not there. But let me show you what the wheel of Friday consists of, because it is fun. We give away merch, gifts, etc., etc., etc. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks for me because we didn't make our goals. It sucks for me. Everybody who donates, everybody who gets their super chats and their members and becomes a member and buys memberships, they all get their name on the wheel. So as soon as we meet those other 2 goals, we will spin and give away some awesome gifts. In the meantime, I thank you for your support. And we're going to roll our credits. Well, you know what? It bummed me out too, Casey, because I was really hoping we'd make our goals. So we're both feeling down in the dumps. I love you guys. Happy Friday. We'll see you next time. Let's roll our credits. Shane, I love you, babe. See you soon.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much.
I don't know.
I have heard stand up about you and your problems. I don't give a so hot in here.
You're being a Karen.
You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about kids.
And you know what I have to say to N.C. Taylor, the defense lawyer? Bring it on, woman.
Baby. Is it one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer loves horses. Why were you telling her not to fuck her?